Blog Talk Radio.
Just wanna get one thing straight. Everything I say on this track ain't up for debate. No, yeah, I do pray you relate. If your name's not written in a book, you'll be open out of shape. Yeah, let us now all praise Him. The God of Israel made us His favorites. Ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? So what if some don't believe us? We're famous, legendary, legendary. Oh.
What's going on, everybody? Okay, I had an unscripted moment at the very beginning of the show. But anyway, what's going on? How y'all doing? You have tuned in to another episode of On the Move, Unscripted, on Purpose. And you already know I got my ladies on deck, and I'm bringing them right on in. What's going on, ladies? Ladies
What's going on, loved one?
Ladies in the house. Ladies in the house. What's going on?
Everything
so how
going
was y'all?
on.
Huh?
So everything is going on.
So I'm gonna start down the list because I always gotta find out how everybody's day was. So let's start with you, Kim. How was your week?
It's been very productive. I'm always doing my soul searching and cleansing and correcting and all that. So so I've just been doing a lot more studying, studying psychology and, the different levels of it and connecting it to ways of not only self-healing, but being able to apply these things to other people and make a real change in some things. So I'm really grateful to have even been led spiritually to even get the information, you know what I'm saying, it's very humbling. So, like I said, I've been spending a lot of time just me and the Spirit, just correcting me, staying aligned. I'm still doing what I've been doing as far as like the nonprofit is concerned. I'm still working on that. It's a lot. it's a lot going on. I don't want to speak on it until it's ready to be spoken, but it will be in your face shortly. I'll put it that way. It'll be in your face.
Okay. So, and you still, what's your website? You still you still doing your counseling sessions and stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. The website is myomywellness.com. It's MYOMY wellness.com. I'm starting to pick up some clients from that. Also, I've changed some things on the website. I'm adding some products and other services as well. But yeah, if you need any type of counseling, marriage counseling, independent counseling, friendship counseling, whatever it is, I'm still doing that. MYOMYWellness.com, or I can be called directly at 770-906-5271.
And you still doing your books too, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You got a book out.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I do have that book.
Where can they get your book at?
They can get that on my website as well. Again, at myomywellness.com, MYOMYWellness.com. Just go to the shop button and scroll on down till you see the books, and you can order it from there, and it will be an autographed copy if you leave your name. Some people order stuff and I get no information. So if you give me your information, it'll be an autographed copy specifically to the buyer. And the proceeds, a portion, let me be real, a portion of the proceeds are being set aside to go to families or individuals that need counseling but can't afford it. So a portion of those proceeds will be going to that. So there's also a donate page if you're interested in donating just to that cause to help somebody else that may need the help if it's not for you. So the website again is MYOMYWellness.com. Yes, ma'am.
All right, then. Go ahead, Kim. All right, so we're going to move on down the line, and we're going to go to Dr. A. Marie Storm. You on the motorcycle? Is your hair blowing in the wind right now?
Yes, honey, yes. It is blowing. I have had just a chill week. Not too busy at work, but busy enough. I'm grateful for that. I had an amazing date last night. And so, yeah. So I just kind of
all the details.
That's for a whole other conversation. We go down the spiritual.
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of
okay.
It was very, very spiritual as well. But so yes, I just been chilling today. Had me a good nap, some good food. Yeah, life is good. I got nothing. I'm just on chill mode.
I love it. You know, I go to your Facebook page sometimes. Dr. A. Marie Storm, 2 M's with that Storm, y'all. 2 M's. She's doing it double.
Yes.
So I go to your page sometime, and I love those little posts you put up. Like, you have a picture of yourself, real cute picture, and you'll be saying something. One day you was fussing at something.
Yeah.
You was fussing at something. It was so cute. I think you was having one of them road rage moments.
Oh, listen, I was out on my motorcycle, and a lady rode by me. She saw me because she came by me, and it was just really like her and I out there. She rode by me, and we're going along for a few miles even, and then I passed her. So she came and passed me again, and so I just slid back, and then she flicked a cigarette out the window, and it hit me in the face. So now I was just not happy. I can let a lot of things go, but when you just being mean and that, purposely, yes. You have to know this particular highway in North Carolina. It's just pretty small for a highway, but yeah, she hit me. I wasn't happy, so I just kind of launched a frozen water bottle at her.
Okay.
Kept going. But anyway,
lucky that's all you launched.
Yes. So.
Look. If it wasn't for her new booty, she might have launched something else.
Honey, listen here.
If you wasn't peaceful now, honey, it might have been something else.
Oh, and I have a granddaughter on the way, so I'm excited about that. I found out last week.
Congratulations.
My daughter is having a girl. Yes, so in December, and a lot of prayer has to go into that because I had one granddaughter that passed away shortly after birth a couple years ago, so it's a little scary, but I'm trusted in believing that God's plan is what it is, whether it's good or bad, and we're gonna just keep it on moving and welcome little Lila.
Well, I'm praying for
into the world. Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, is this your first grandbaby?
Well, it's the second one. The first one, my first grandbaby died 3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, congratulations. I just want to tell you congratulations. I don't feel no negative vibes. I feel like everything's going to be okay, and I'm just so happy for you. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. You are welcome. All right, moving on down the road. We're going to go over here to Marie. Marie.
You're going to get it right. One day, on one episode, you will get it right. And I'm a little jealous. Dr. A. Marie came in strong, and you've been called Dr. A. Marie. I've been called, here comes Roberta, here comes Maria. For the record, only you and my grandmother can call me Maria. So that's cut. That's cut. Miss Mary Lou is no longer
me and Marie been friends for 30 freaking something years. Huh? Me and Marie been friends since we was in school.
Yes, Marie and Marie is on the phone.
Yeah, it is. We've been friends for so long. You gotta excuse it. You know how it is when you a family member. Their nickname might be Lil Bookie or something, but that's not their real name. But when you get around family and stuff or people, you just be like, "Hey, Lil Bookie, I mean Joe."
Right.
Because y'all been together so long, your family, and me and Marie like fam, or Marie like fam. I'm sorry. How was your? Let me be quiet. How was your week, Marie?
My week has been very good. Calm. It's been wonderful. Even work is not bothering me. It's amazing. The power of no, that one syllable, 2-letter word is so powerful and so awesome. Because you don't have to be mean when you don't want to do something. You just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do that." And then people look at you like you ready to make an explanation. Like, oh, there's no explanation with it. I don't want to do it. So there it is. So, but besides that, I've been, because I've made it very clear to both jobs. Because I've been doing home health for so long, but I made it very clear to both jobs that I no longer wish to work outside the 270. There are enough sick people within the 270. And there's a lot of nurses that live in the suburbs, you two included, because you are nurses, and they don't feel like they ain't got to go out there like that. I'm no longer working in the 270. I stay right in the heart of the gut of Columbus, Ohio. I stay right smack dab in the middle. I can get 25 down in under 15 minutes or less, and I go far north, far south, far east, far west. Nothing is more it's cool for me. And then I'm like, you got to think that, winter's going to come back around, whether we get snow, ice, or whatnot. All of these things I must consider. And then I'm just like, hey, you know what? You're not doing it no more. You're not. They're going to be really fun. I'm like, yeah, I can't do no more weekends. I'm done with that. And that's coming. That's coming next. And, if I hear the next year, I don't understand this.
Marie, your phone is breaking up.
Is it?
Yeah, you get.
How dare my phone act like that? Can you hear me better?
Until you start fussing, it's like your phone knows you about to fuss.
Right.
Well, and that wasn't fun. For the record, it was an event. I'm back being happy.
Right.
I'm still, I've still been going out with this guy for over a month now. He's been wonderful. Yeah, yes. It's a breath of fresh air when you just treat it like a queen. And for the main part, because I won't accept nothing. I won't accept anything under that. So, but my week has been cool. It's been great. Not much to say. I got my vent out the way. So.
But you got love in the air. Oh, so
there's love in the air.
Dr. Avery is both, finding that little love bug in the air. Kim said Kim, you finding love in the air. You ain't messing with him right now.
No, I'm cool.
I'm cool.
I'm not necessarily looking to be in that trance at this moment. Not yet. I mean, it's some deep light going on. There's some light going on, but I'm pretty focused on some other things.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go on down the line to is that Deshaun?
It's me.
Oh, she got on.
It's DJ. It's DJ.
I mean,
Deshaun Johnson. Deshaun Johnson is on the call.
Good.
DJ, take my line.
DJ in the house.
DJ, take my line. Oh, hi guys. Hi everybody.
How you feeling?
I am having I got dental work done last Friday, and I had to get a crown and a cavity on the same tooth. I think it was the same tooth. So the dentist said if 3 days if it keeps hurting, then I have to probably get a root canal. Well, it's been hurting, and it's hurting now. So that's.
Did they give you something for it?
No. Nope.
What?
Nope. No.
Well, you
have any clothes
because I've been using. No, I don't. I've been using Kim. I think I told you I've been crunching up ibuprofen and just packing it in my tooth, and it takes it away, but it comes back. So now it's back, and I tried to call the dentist today, and I didn't get any answer because I probably would have had an appointment by tomorrow morning. So, but anyway, it's all good. The week has been amazing productivity, and I have no complaints. And I'm just looking forward to all the things that God has to move and just, I'm just ready to experience, and especially ready to experience, because I don't know if you ever could just feel and that great things are coming, even in all this. That's the weirdest thing. Even in all this, I do know that you do have to keep yourself motivated. You have to keep yourself motivated. You have to keep yourself inspired, and you have to keep yourself focused. And then you have to, good friends like you guys are so important. So all of that becomes a balance of keeping it moving.
Absolutely right.
Oh, I'm glad
I'm glad you're
driving crazy. Yeah. So I probably just won't do a lot of talking, but I'm glad to be on the call, and
we're glad you're here. One thing I wanted to ask you, DJ, when is the event that you have that's coming up?
The event
you have an event coming up.
Well, it's the It's October 24th. It's going to be a virtual event, and it's going to be, like I said, October 24th, Saturday, from 10 to 1, and 10 to 11. We're going to feature. It's going to be like the experience the marketplace. So it's been, really working on that, and we're because it's virtual. All these, you got Zoom, you got GoToMeetings, you got GoToWebinars. There's so many creative things, platforms that you can use to do virtual events, and we might as well get used to it because I think we're going to be virtual for a while. But It's October 24th. Right. I will let you guys know, man. I will start sharing it. Tickets go on sale October 12th, and we're planning some neat things, and the platform is for women cancer survivors. So we honor women cancer survivors with a fashion show. So we're doing, we're setting up the pre-recordings and, really excited about it. So we also we also award our Community of Excellence Award to a woman that's the boss in her field, helping women, girls, and children. Women, girls, and their families. And we also are awarding our second scholarship, guys, to a young lady that's affected by cancer. So all that's going to be going on there. It's important. Cancer awareness. That you can be affected in so many ways. Being healthy, eating right, being stress-free. So all of that is into some of the things that we're going to talk about as far as the important statistics and facts, especially the way it affects the African-American community. So hope you guys will chime in if you're available.
Right. So make sure you, when you get your flyer made, make sure you let me know. And also, is there a website that they can go to check on the status of it or whatever?
Yes, we are currently getting that updated, but the website is, actually there's 3 platforms there is, and the organization is called At the Table, but their website is www.attrinc.org, like At the Table Inc. So www.attrinc.org, and then we're also on Facebook as At the Table, and we're on IG as At the Table Rocks.
Ooh, awesome. Okay. All right.
So
all
thank
right.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, no problem. We got nothing but love in the house. So,
nothing but love for you, baby.
With us this week. So we're gonna have to do one of them checks on Misty because Misty's not on this week. So we're gonna have to do one of them checks. Like, what's going on? Where are you at? So, yeah, I'll check on her. As far as my week has been absolutely a mixture of stuff. As far as productivity, it's been a great week, and I've actually started back marketing my book series. I have a 3-book series that I did on a little girl named Karen. So Karen White, and she's like, when the story starts, she's like 9 years old, and it spans like 2 generations. So it's like the first book is This Can't Be Love, and then the second one is The Love House, and the third one is Ladies Delight. And all 3 books basically surround the Love House. Remember when we were young and our grandparents and we used to watch General Hospital and As the World Turned and all that kind of stuff? So my books are kind of similar to that, except for the centerpiece is the Love House, which is a domestic violence shelter. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that because I finally started promoting it. I've been playing around with it for years and writing and all kind of stuff, but I haven't really promoted it, so I've started doing that. So I'm pretty excited about that. And we're starting to get authors on. Kim, you're going to have to come on our Tuesday show and be interviewed on your book as one of the authors because we started interviewing authors. Yeah, we got a lot of yeah.
I'm still going to send you information on Jennifer, if that's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're actually moving our interviews to Wednesday. So it'll actually be Wednesday as of August 20, the week of August 25th. It'll be Wednesdays because we're going to be doing live showcase type stuff on Tuesday. But yeah, we got to get you on the show, and yes,
awesome.
your friend too, DJ. Send me her information.
Yes.
But been having a lot of artists and authors, and we even had a filmmaker and stuff call, and so we got some nice shows down the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been feeling good. My hardest thing was just family stuff. You know how that is. I still have that, right. But I'm able to focus on the work stuff, so it makes the other stuff not hard to deal with. But God got me, so I'm feeling so much better. I actually had I actually did an interview on Tuesday, and this is actually going to help lead us into our topic for today. I had an interview on Tuesday with an online interview on the T question, and she had me on her virtual couch.
Sit down, Anaya.
She had me on her virtual couch, and she was all into my spirit and my soul, and had me talking about all kind of stuff. But like you were saying, Kim, when we was talking about what we was going to talk about today, just learning how to become spiritually grounded, even during rough seasons like this, and spiritual bonding and how to restore and denounce is what you said. So I really want you to go into the spiritual bonding part, and then we can all just kind of, jump in. But you're the one who chose the topic today, so explain what you mean by the spiritual bonding.
Okay, well, are we going into a commercial first or no?
Well, we can go. You want to go into a break first? You want to go into a break
then
first?
Come on, like real quick, and then come on back.
When you say real quick, why if you tell me to take a break, I'm going to take a music break. So why do you tell me to come back real quick?
You play a whole damn album, and then.
Right. We spend about 1 hour talking, and we hear about an hour worth of music.
Y'all so wrong. Y'all know I like music. I don't see why y'all be tripping on me like that. Okay, we'll play two.
I with the musical artists on Tuesdays. So, we hearing all new music and stuff. Musical artists on Tuesday, Thursday. This is what we're supposed to talk about. It, not play in 30 minutes. Like, what we doing? What's she doing? Then you get back like, okay, what we talking about? I'm like, I don't know. I'm still snapping my fingers to the beat. I forgot. I'm just saying.
Y'all wrong. They getting on me. All right. We will be right back, y'all. On the move, unscripted, and remember, it's on purpose. Peace and love. We'll be right back, y'all. So y'all make me mess up my time.
Let me tell you about my woman. She's sexy and she's perfect. She deserves the best, she's worth it. I just gotta be with you. I just gotta be with you. A queen, yeah, she's a goddess. She's elegant and loyal. I just gotta be with you. And I'm like, oh, I love the way she works it. I'm like, no woman can compare, and I'm like, whoa. She came into my life, now I'm like, whoa. She swept me off my feet, now I'm like, I just wanna be with you. Right now. I just wanna be with you. Even if it takes time. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you.
to the 1-2 step. Body rocking to the 1-2 step. I just wanna be with you. 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 I just wanna be with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all enjoying yourselves. 'Cause that's what I want y'all to do. Get out on the dance floor, right, and let y'all moves take all your worries away. Worry free. So ladies, grab your man. Grab him by the hand. Fellas, grab that beautiful lady. All right. And get out on that dance floor. And don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about if anybody else is watching you or you watching them. We're gonna do our thing. So what I want you to do is enjoy yourself. Have a little fun. Get down. So I'm gonna bring this back. Okay. And y'all do that. Alright.
I just wanna be with you. 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 I just wanna be with you.
Hey yo, this is where we come to the end. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more time. Now, if you ain't got up on your feet and enjoy yourself, I want y'all to get up on your feet and enjoy yourself, alright? Alright. DJ, turn it up for me.
Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Hey, I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Superman, Superwoman, like Adam and Eve, and Bonnie and Clyde. We taking over, and that's no lie. No mountain high, with you by my side. Hey, I'm a superwoman, you're my Superman. Hey, like Adam and Eve, and Bonnie and Clyde, we will succeed. Superman, Superwoman, like Adam and Eve, and Bonnie and Clyde, we taking over, and that's no lie. I got your back, baby, and you got mine. Hey, let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve, and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Superman, Superwoman, like Adam and Eve, and Bonnie and Clyde, we taking over, and that's no lie. I got your back, baby, and you got mine. What's going on? You have tuned in to another episode of On the Move Unscripted, on purpose, my ladies roundtable discussion. And before we go into it with the ladies, I want to introduce a caller on the line. What's going on, caller?
What's going on? Hey, y'all. This is Lynn John Entertainment.
Lynn John Entertainment in the house. So, Lynn, how has your week been? This is my this Lynn John Entertainment is who On the Move Unscripted uses. She scouts, her company scouts talent for us, and I swear to goodness, you've been doing the bomb diggity. I just love you. I'm so glad to have you on my team. So, how have you been? How your week been?
I've been stressed. I've been stressed. But first, I want to say thank you for being the Lynn John Entertainment Artist of the Month. That means I'm promoting Patricia all month long. Yes,
she is the bomb diggity. Yes.
But I'm still grieving. I'm still grieving. Eugene Hunter Jr., that was my buddy. He was a saxophonist. We met a couple months ago, and we were just getting ready to promote him real big, and I'm still grieving. He passed away from COVID, and his wife within days of each other. So that's
in
horrible.
fact, he passed away the Sunday before his scheduled interview, and then she passed away like maybe 2 days after we did the tribute, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the community, the people came together and they did a GoFundMe for him, and I think they raised a lot of money for him, like maybe $200,000, $300,000, something like that.
It's more than that now. Yeah. It's more than that now. And that's the beauty of the internet, because it's not just the Atlanta, it's all over, because people be tuning in to CNN.com and MSNnews.com.
Oh, it was on CNN too?
Yes. The other day he had him on CNN too. Yeah. Because it's horrible. Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm just so trying to go day by day.
I'm glad you tuned into our show. Tell them what your website is real quick before we go into our topic.
Okay.
Your website,
the website is Lynn John. Yep. The website, and you can see Patricia on it too, all month long. She's on there. She's the spotlight artist for August. It's on LynnJohnEntertainment.com. It's LYNJOHN Entertainment.com. And I think your topic for today, you said, was spiritual. Tell me topic again.
So it's the topic is how to become spiritually grounded during a rough season and spiritual bonding, how to restore it and denounce it. So before we went to break, Kim was going to explain to us where's the topic spiritual bonding. So let's start back there, Kim, with the spiritual bonding, and then we all can kind of like make comments on it or whatever, but we'll just kind of do it one at a time. But start us
because I got a comment.
Spiritual bonding. Okay.
Spiritual
bonding.
We started the conversation. We started it just because of like what your comment was when you were sending out the text. That you needed it, and we talk a lot about how we're bound or bonded as sisters, with each other, or how we're bound or bonded as, family members, who you consider to be family, not necessarily the blood tie, but who you consider to be your family. And I don't know if people really understand how deep it goes other than just saying that we're bound, you know what I'm saying, to put everything into a simple perspective. Like I remind you all the time that everything is energy, and energy is everything. Spirituality deals with energy. Energy is the spirit. Anytime energy connects with another energy, there is a tie, there is a connection, there is a bond. Some of those bonds are mutual. Some of those bonds are very productive. They're powerful. They cause movement in a righteous direction, if you will. Some of those bonds are toxic, where they do the complete opposite. They leech on to one another. They become parasites to one another. So they're basically trying to eat and destroy each other, but they're bound. So there has to be a way for one to be able to tell the difference and to get out of it when it's necessary. But we don't talk about that. We don't acknowledge that it exists. We don't know, like what to do. We think that all we're supposed to do is just pray that it goes away, and there's more to that. That's definitely a part, but there's more to that because it, like I say, it deals with it deals also with a type of manipulation. There's a type of psychology that goes with that. And if you don't understand the methods that get used in these types of psychology, you maintain a bond with something that you have a difficulty cutting loose because you don't even recognize it. So I definitely just want to touch on a couple of them, like not going into major detail because it's a whole lot. And like I said, I'm still studying it, but certain things need to be put out there right now for the safety of a lot of people, for the sanity of a lot of people, male and female, adult, children, it doesn't matter. People versus a system, all of that. A lot is going on. I know you had a comment or a question that you wanted to ask or say. So if you want to
Lynn,
throw that in real quick.
Yeah, I
so
got a
Lynn,
comment.
what did you?
Okay, so I had a really bad experience with an artist manager today, or like moments ago. And I just want to say, I won't say the names or anything, but I just want to say, it's difficult enough to be a female business owner, then on top of that, a minority female business owner. So it basically what the manager said is, Lynn, just tone down announcing what you've done for my artist. I said, what? That's the whole idea of promoting. You have to talk about the artist. You have to talk about what they've done and what I've done to help promote that artist. That's marketing.
Right.
That whole energy was toxic. And it was a man. The manager was a man and a minority. So for him to put down another female business owner, that just about killed my spirit, because it's hard enough. We really should join together. We should be behind each other, but it's the crabs in the barrel mentality, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
You know what? I definitely believe that, when you talk to people, and I'm sure Dr. A. Marie and R. Marie, y'all can testify to this. When you deal with people, you're coming across their energy. You know what I'm saying? And I think you can even feel it through the phone, like what you felt from him. Like, that stuff leaks, I feel like. And so you have to be, like, before you even start dealing with people, you have to be spiritually grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious, Dr. Anne-Marie,
that makes sense.
And I'll start with you first, Dr. Anne-Marie, and then go to R. Marie. But how do y'all stay grounded when y'all dealing with all these different people that are dealing with different energies? And what advice could you give to Lynn? Because she's starting to deal with them now, too. And she's, in a different aspect, not in a medical aspect, but still, you dealing with that energy. Like she said, his spirit bothered her spirit because maybe he had something going on before he even got on the phone, and he took it out on her. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
He sure did.
How do y'all stay spiritually grounded with dealing with people who have so many different kind of energies? We're going to start with you, Dr. A. Marie, and then we're going to go to Marie so y'all both can answer. So you first, Dr. A. Marie.
So for me, it's about making sure that I'm connected before I go into any situation, whether it be I'm going into the worst crime scene or whether I'm going into a prison to talk to somebody who's been locked up for murder or rape of a child, whatever it is. If I'm going to the grocery store, what I try to make sure is that I'm connected to my source. My source is God. I need to make sure constantly that I'm spiritually connected, because when you lose connection, then you lose that ability to ward off all of these different energies. When you think about your cell phone, if you don't charge your cell phone, you don't have a connection to anything or anybody, not the internet, not your neighbor, not your kid. You don't have that connection. And so anything that could possibly come at you, right, you can't even pick up that phone and make a call and get yourself some help. So for me, it's about making sure, just like I make sure my cell phone is charged and connected to the power source, I make sure that I'm charged and that I'm spiritually connected to my power source before I go into anything. The other thing is, especially, for the conversation, the part of the conversation that has to do with people, right, and their views and their opinions. Consider the source. So anytime somebody is coming at you, consider the source. I get it from a lot of different angles. I'm a black female. I look young, but I'm not young. So I go into some environments with the good old boys, and they think I'm young, so they try to treat me like that. I'm the only black woman on the scene. I'm educated. I get it from all angles. Even when I do modeling, when I do any radio hosting or anything, I get it from all angles. And it can be a blow to your self-esteem when somebody makes a comment that contradicts even what you think about yourself. But what I do, even if it's in my own head, is spin that around. This person has to have a motive for saying what they're saying, and usually that's about manipulation, right? They want to get their way, or maybe you're doing something that is outshining them. So when the man said, you got to stop talking so much about, what you do. In other words, what he's saying is, you're not talking enough about what I do. I'm not the light that's shining. You are, and I don't like it. So
I think that's it. I think you hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good advice, too.
That is good. That is good advice. Thank you, Dr. Armory Storm. So,
Yeah,
Marie, you next. How do you deal with staying grounded when you're dealing with all these different patients in the field?
Well, whether it's with patients, whether it's with family, it doesn't really matter who it's with. Because when I wake up in the morning, first and foremost, I give all glory to God. Because I feel like as long as you wake up the next day, God give you another opportunity to try to do the things in which you want to pursue and do. So when you have that opportunity and you wake up, because you ever wake up in a good mood and you've been in a good mood and you get around somebody and they in a bad mood, and next thing you know, you're channeling their energy. So you went from being happy, da-da-da-da, and I have that issue with some of my clients. It is getting better. Every morning I wake up, I take time to pray. That is my moment with God, and I tell myself every day. Now, it's like a ritual, like, thank you, Father, for this beautiful day I'm going to have, and rather my day is awesome. And since I've been praying, I've been having a whole lot more positive days than I have had negative days. I mean, in the past, I would allow so much get to me that I had a heart attack. And that was my second heart attack. You know, and the doctor's like, you're very lucky. You're very lucky. I said, Doctor, I'm very blessed. There's things I am meant to do before I check out of here. But the doctor had to remind me, you know, you have to balance your life. So when I'm going out and I'm dealing with negative people, I have to just remind myself, you know, it is unfortunate that this person is stuck in this moment. It's unfortunate this person is stuck in this negativity. It's very unfortunate for them. But that's their negativity. And I'm not bringing that with me because I didn't come in here with it. You know, and some people can deal with it. I mean, because you have some people that I mean, their main purpose is poke bag. That's their main purpose. I can come in like, good AM. You come in here thinking you all fly. I mean, and then you think about what Cat Williams said. Let them hate. Your haters keep you on your A game. Because I, too, you know, I'm in my 50s, my early 50s, but I do not look like it. You know, and then I have people like, well, I mean, you don't dress like you. I'm like, I'm going to dress this is who I am. Or where you going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm off today. Why are you all dressed? This is how I look like when I'm not in my
crabs in the barrel. Don't let you shine.
I look my best for me. So as far as negative people, I mean, you got to take what they say with a grain of salt. If it applies to you, then work on yourself. But if it does not apply, let it fly. You know, I'm waking up happy. I want to go to bed happy. If we did not get something resolved that night, I wake up to the next day, and I made it to see another day. I'm done with that past. I mean, and if you still got a problem with it, unfortunately, it's your problem. It's your problem. Because I can't live your life. I can't lead your life. I can't live your life. So I cannot allow you to try to persuade my life to go which way you want to go. Because I can only live for me. Everybody has their individual journey. And if their journey is stuck in negativity, all I could do is pray for them and keep it moving, move forward, because that can suck. I mean, it can really suck all your energy out. You know, it's like the black hole, and I'm not going to allow them. I'm not saying it's never happened because I've lived through it, and that's why I know, like, well, it's best to say a little prayer for them and keep moving, let them work it out. If you feel like they need something more than that, because to me, God is able. He can do everything. I mean, I'm seeing the turnaround just from my experiences, and I'm loving it. I'm loving being more happy than I am angry or sad or ride or die. I mean, it's just I'm in a different phase of my life. So I can't let people, I mean, I've had people that have said things to me that I've cared very deeply about. So people who don't really know me, who got something negative to say or something like that, I could care less about because they don't know me. I can only live for me. And going through life, you are going to have people, no matter what you do or what you say, is never enough. You know, so, I mean, hey, so no matter how you try to help, oh, well, she could have did more, she could have gave more, well, I feel like you're not calling me enough. Well, you know, I'm not put on this earth to satisfy your life. You know, I mean, and it may come off as harsh, and I certainly don't mean it, but I do mean what I say. I don't mean to hurt no feelings, but I mean what I say. I'm happy, and that's the way I'm going to stay. Now, there's certain people in your life, family members, children, that, you know, it's going to bring you down a little bit because you're like, oh, my God, they should know better than this. Are these my kids? Am I the one who raised it? You know, so, I mean, you're going to come across that from time to time, but even when you got grown children, like, baby, sometimes you got to bump your head on this wall to understand. I would love to stop my children from all the perils of life, but at the end of the day, you got to go through things. You got to go through things. I mean, because that's just a part of life, because the change is happening every day. In 2019, never ever did I think 2020 was going to be like this. So dealing with people.
I don't think nobody did. I've seen something on
man,
Facebook
for some reason I thought 2020 was going to be the bomb. And there's I've seen this thing on Facebook where the girl was like, I stayed up till midnight for this. One girl was, you know, New Year's Eve. She's like, I stayed up till midnight for 2020, and this is what we got. You know, it's 2020 been out, man. You know what? Lynn, one thing that, because I feel you, I definitely understand what Maria's saying about the energy, even with family members and stuff, you know, because you can be, everything else can be like great, then you run into a family member who's mad about something, this, that, and the other, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, you got to deal with their stuff. But the one thing I found that helps me, that has been helping me this last week or two or three when my life has been crazy, is going out into nature. I literally took a journal, took a pen, and walked out, you know, went to a park and just sat amongst the trees and the greenery and just closed my eyes and just listened to the birds chirp and just, you know, humbled myself and meditated in nature. And it literally rebuilt me. Like, I feel better. Like, every time I do, when I feel my energy level dropping, you know what I'm saying? Because when your energy level drops, that's when all those other energies can really bounce in and get to acting a fool. So I found that when I go out in nature, it's like I'm rejuvenating. I don't know what it is, the sunlight. I don't know what it is, but
the sunlight,
I always feel better. Yeah, I always feel
that's
better.
True.
I always
forgot
feel
about
better.
that.
So,
you're right,
yeah.
Patricia.
And let me tell you something. Don't you let nobody, you know who you are, Lynn, and this goes for anybody that's listening. You know who you are. You know the road you travel, you know the experience you gained, the knowledge you gained, all that kind of stuff. The fact that you're a woman, who cares? The fact that you're African American, who cares? It's about your knowledge. It was something about you that made him even come to you for assistance in the first place, or he would have done it all himself. You know what I'm saying? So don't you allow nothing to make you feel like, oh, what, man, ladies for him, tell him to go smoke a joint or something. I don't know. Figure it out. Don't be bringing energy this way.
I feel like that maybe he's intimidated by you. Maybe you're getting a hold of people that you're coming encounter with are big, you know, and you're putting them out there, and they're seeing that appreciation. And I feel like maybe he's intimidated, you know, because he's not doing it. He's not getting recognition. And just tell him, like, well, baby, don't get mad yet, because wait till the recognition flows back my way. You're not doing it to become, you know, this number one person in the world. But when you shine and when you reach one, you know, when you make it, you reach back. You reach back and you're trying to help other people. And if all he wanted to do was glorify himself, I mean, people are going to show that. But when you sit there and you're truly trying to put other people out there, like this month is Trisha's month, you know, that y'all honoring, yay! You know, but Trisha is really trying to help a lot of people. So many people that I've never heard of, so many different songs. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I like this beat. You know, so she's putting people on the map. And, you know, when you hear people who made it, like Oprah said when she started, she said, you know, I've done a lot of things, you know, for free. You know, a lot of people are like, I should be getting paid for this. But, you know, when you show, right now, it's your time to just show. It's going to come back. Everything that you do that's out here positive, it's going to flow right back to you sevenfold. It's a promise. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta conceive it. You got to believe it, and you will achieve it. And your confidence about yourself. And right now, he's trying to test the waters. He's trying to see if he could break you down, and I would just keep on shining. Like, if you're going to be mad at me now, you can be mad at me when you pass him anyway. So I would just keep on shining. His anger and his insecurities, those are his. That's his issues. That's his problem.
That's true. I mean, it's just sad because we really should be embracing each other. You know, we really should, especially at a time like this.
Yeah,
I thought Black Lives Mattered. He's talking like I should just shut up.
Right.
But y'all right though. That's good advice.
Black lives do matter. So I'm curious, Kim, because Kim is a massage therapist along with and I don't know if you're doing any massaging now, but I know you still do the counseling too or whatever. So how do you ground yourself, keep yourself grounded when you're dealing with all these different energies and people and stuff coming your way?
Well, I am still doing massage, so that's a blessing for me. And the first thing I do is when I look in the mirror, as India Ari says, when I look in the mirror, I make sure the only one there is me. So that's what I'm telling you, when I do all of this soul searching and cleansing and meditating and digging up my dark side and, accepting or acknowledging the representative or the misrepresentative, however that is the way to start it. Because if you don't acknowledge everything about you, then you cannot be grounded in anything because you are already self-unstable. You have to acknowledge the dark side of yourself and correct it. Most of us want people to see the good things that we do or hear the positive words that we say or, get accolades for, our achievements, whatever the case is. But that other side is doing something completely different, but we're trying to hide it or suppress it because society's standards don't accept it. But that's who you are. You are both of these people. You are both of these energies. You are both of these entities, whatever it is. But acknowledge it. So if you look in the mirror and you see you and somebody else, and then something else is talking to you at the same time, check all of them. You know what I'm saying? All of them got to get checked. So ground yourself first in being truthful with you. So anything coming towards you that's not truthful, that's not genuine, that's not pure, it's not going to affect you anyway. You won't have to worry about grounding yourself against something that's negative because there's nothing in you that can even receive that energy. You will automatically repel that energy. It can't come to you. It's an opposite energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good advice too. Yeah.
Like energy attracts.
But Kim, I got a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I got a question. So what you're saying sounds good. Like, if your energy is up, no negative energy can come near you. But I don't think that's realistic because you can be all built up, happy. You done got up, ate your Wheaties, you did your run, you're feeling good, life is good. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling cute. You look in the mirror like, oh, I'm used to that. You know what I'm saying? You done got your briefcase. You done walked outside. You happy as hell, and then here come little JoJo, who's mad, who's trying to run you off the road. Then all that energy just went right out the window like Dr. Anne-Marie when she was ready to throw that water bottle. You know how Anne-Marie's energy does. But when that woman tried to run her off the road on her bike, and Dr. Anne-Marie, that turned into Wonder Woman, she pulled that water bottle
right in her face.
The key to what you just said, Patricia, the key to what you said is how you feel. What I say about feelings, okay? That's why that's important. How you feel changes with your circumstances. Who you are remains. That's the vibration. That's the energy, is who you are, not what you're dealing with or what's trying to deal with you. How you feel in the moment, what's shifting your feelings in a certain circumstance, they ain't got shit to do with nothing because it's momentary. Who you are is your vibration. A lot of shit happens to me on a daily, or it tries to. Who I am is my high vibration. Who I am a certain vibration, regardless of what comes my way. So it's not difficult. It's a decision. Make the decision.
So you're trying to tell me. So you're trying to tell me. Okay. So you're trying to tell me that even after you're feeling good, you massage the patient or a client, you got good money, everything is good, and then here comes a family member or ex that comes bringing you drama and decide they want to cut you out about something that happened 15 years ago. You mean to tell me that your energy is never going to change? You're just going to be singing Kumbaya by candlelight and just walk right past the person and not absorb none of that. That's what you're trying to tell me?
That's exactly what I'm telling you, because that's my decision. I don't have to take on your energy. I don't have to do that. You can say whatever the hell you want to say. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. How I respond to that is my decision. If I relinquish control of myself, then that's what I did. Then you get to do whatever you want to do because I gave you permission to invade my space. I gave you the key to my energetic field.
The amount of energy that you put into it makes a difference. This is Dr. A. Marie. I feel it's about, first of all, how you respond to situations. Mm-hmm. It's about the response. And where the decision comes in is how much energy do you want to put into responding to a particular situation? I run into shit all day long. I don't have an invisible shield that protects me from all of the negative energy. And a lot of times I'm going knowingly into situations that are going to drain my energy. But it is about what level do I have my energy bank on. So if I'm going in already at a deficit, right, let's just say I have an energy bank availability of 10, and I'm going into a situation that's going to drain me at a far greater level than what I went in from, I can expect my reaction to be faulty. I can expect that because I'm already going in knowing that this is going to be a drain. So, yes, there's a decision that you can make, but sometimes the negative energy is just going to come at you. So the idea is that you do the best that you can to make sure that your energy is good as often as it can be, because you're going to encounter some things that you may or may not be able to shake off.
You have to be in control of your energy, though. You have to be in control of it. It's a conscious
I agree
decision,
with that.
and
I
most
say
of us
that
don't
you ought to
think
manage your
consciously.
energy like you manage your money. You're not going to just walk out and give somebody $100. $100 here, do what you want to do with it. Manage your energy like you manage your money. Make a decision that you don't want to spend 6 joules of energy on this situation. Absolutely. But it is unreasonable to say, well, ain't nothing going to affect me. Ain't no energy going to. No, you're going to lose some. But how do you rebuild your energy bank?
I agree. I believe that it's unrealistic. Like, you could be in the best mood, but if you hear some shocking, acute news, something that just popped out of nowhere that's very meaning, feelings are going to get involved. I mean, you may be able to quickly take control afterwards, but the feelings it's a natural thing. It's going to happen. It's going to.
And I think the only way to really control it is, I guess, like the Bible says, be slow to anger. That's really the only way that I could see you could control it and not let it affect you. Is just don't react real quick, because that's got to slow it down some kind of way.
Let me put this out real quick if I can, because the question was asked, how do you stay grounded? Everybody got to ask the same question, how do you? So when I respond the way I responded, which is a truth to me, how is it unrealistic if it's a truth for me? This is how I stay grounded.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I heard the question. How do I stay grounded? I stay grounded by my decision to stay grounded.
Right,
I come across people's energy every day, all the time.
I would like to rebuttal.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Since I'm the one who made the remark, Ms. R. Marie, I would like to respond because in one situation particular, someone who was extremely close to you, and you called us on an emergency line, and we came all together. You know, we all jumped on that phone like, oh, shit, it's not Thursday, what's going on? But we were there. But that was the first and last time, but that was the first time I saw vulnerability in you. And it was something that just you suddenly got a phone call from your brother. It was a sudden hit, you know. So I saw how your feelings reacted before you were able to take control. Now, by the time we got finished on the phone, all of us as sisters, you were in a much better space. But you were spazzing initially, and with good reason. I mean, you were. It was like it was an uncontrolled moment for you. I mean, and it did not last long.
Let me correct that because it was not.
Please do.
Okay, this is what it was. Okay, and I don't mind telling my business. Okay, I got the phone call that my mom is in assisted living, and I got a phone call that she had been tested and tested positive for COVID-19. And I said, no, she's not. I rebuked that. I don't accept that at all. No, she's not. Like, nothing in me received that information as fact. Nothing. When I called you all, it wasn't because I was vulnerable or scared or, you know, in doubt. None of that. It was it's to reconfirm what I already knew. It wasn't that, you know, me being vulnerable or, you know, my feelings were all out, you know, whatever the case is, or that my energy was low, because it wasn't low. I just wanted my sister power, the sister girl, that feminine energy to reinforce what I already knew, because I had already spoken that. And if you also remember, I said that I was told before I got the phone call, I had the divine download before I got the phone call that I was going to get that phone call. Do you remember me saying that?
I do.
Okay, so there was no reason for me to feel any kind of way because it was already told to me I was going to get the phone call. It was never said the information was a fact. So I didn't have to feel no kind of way about it. I just wanted my sisters to bring that power, that energy together and reconfirm what I already knew. It's still my decision on what I'm going to allow my energy to do, regardless to what the situation is. I've gone through a lot of stuff, a lot, and still being tested. Some of the things that I've been tested with, by, and through up to this day, some people would not even continue with life, okay? Wouldn't know what to do. And I don't have to go through all that right now, but wouldn't know what to do. Challenge you. How are you doing that? Looking at me like, I can't tell that this is what you're going through. You ain't supposed to, because my energy is mine. I control this, regardless to what's going on around me. I'm confident enough to keep my energy where it's supposed to be.
So can I interject real quick? For one, let me say, I can definitely tell that you have developed your survival mode. You have figured out a way to not allow the winds and tornadoes of life to pierce, because you have built up a wall of protection. So I can hear it in your tone. I can feel it through the energy. So when you say F your feelings, because you have learned how to take those feelings and put them in a box, and you have put a wall around it, and you don't allow anyone to penetrate it, and only if you want to open the door. So you have learned to do that because that is your survival mechanism. Like you said, this is how you handle it. So I can hear in your tone, in your voice, and even how you describe it, I can hear the wall of protection, which you hold your emotions and your feelings so sacred, and you don't let just anybody in there. But I can hear it though. I don't know if I can. Am I the only one?
It's not a wall
Dr. Emery, can you hear?
It's not that.
Doctor. Okay, I'm asking Dr. Emery over here, psychologist, 101 and stuff. So,
no offense to her degree. No offense to it whatsoever. But I know me. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks they hear. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks they hear.
Right. You're right. Dr. Emery, what do you think about what I just said and what she's saying?
Well, let me just put this right over here. What I'm hearing overall is basically that everybody has, right, it's that old cliche, everybody has a right to their perspective. Everybody has a right to how they deal with their feelings and where they put them. So I'm going to leave that, I'm going to put that right there. That's what I hear. It's like I have a right to express myself the way that I want to express myself. And so, yeah, how about that? And keep it pushing.
You got out that real good. That was
no.
That's
I'm not going to be put in any kind of category. I'm not going to be put in a category. And like I said, I'm not shooting at nobody, okay? So receive what I'm telling you in love, okay? But I'm not going to allow anybody to put me in a category because I have gotten to a level spiritually that allows me not to have to put nothing around me. I don't have to be defensive. I don't have to learn how to deal with anything. I'm elevating. That's different. So when you're talking, when you're speaking generally like that at me, it's from an understanding or and again, this is not any shot at anybody, but it's from an understanding and a level of where you are in your own space or in your own understanding, in your own spirituality, in your own learning of self, in your own learning of being. And that's fine. That's where you're at. I have elevated from where I once was. It's not a box. I don't have to be defensive. For what? I don't have to do that. I am where I am because that's where I elevated to. Period.
And you know what? I agree with that. I agree with Dr. Avery said. Everybody has their own way, and maybe I'm coming from, like you said, a place from where I am. So I don't want you to think I'm offending you or anything of that nature either. So my next question is for the spiritual, back to the spiritual bonding part. So how do you feel like you can restore spiritual bonding? Because it says restore or denounce. So let's break it up. How do you feel? Let's start with you, Kim, since you're the one who started this topic. Let's start with how do you restore spiritual bonding, and then let's go to each person and let them give how they feel they will restore spiritual bonding. So let's start with you, Kim.
So like I said, the first thing is to stop lying to yourself about self. Acknowledge your dark side. Acknowledge your representative or your misrepresentative. And those things that are on your dark side that you may not like, then that's when you go into a meditation. That's when you start doing your prayer. That's when you start doing your confession, not to somebody else per se, but you do your confession, to the Most High, to the universe, to whatever you acknowledge as a spiritual authority. Whatever can guide you through that, confess to that. Whatever your demons are, get rid of that. I will find a way to even write them down. Write down the things that are bonding or bounding about you. Write them down and release them. These are the things that I recognize about myself that have a spiritual bond on me that I don't like, and I release them. This is the thing I don't want to do anymore. This is what I am addicted to. This is what I have done in my past. This is what I allow people to do to me. This is how I respond to blah, 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 whatever it is, and release that. But you have to do this for yourself. You have to confess for yourself, to yourself, what it is that's holding you. So that would be the second. So if you want to go around the block on that, and then we go back, we can do that. But that would be the second. Stop lying to yourself and confess and pray. Release the things that you acknowledge on your dark side that are holding you bonded, that are holding you hostage. Get rid of them.
Okay. All right. So, Dr. Anne-Marie, you next. So how do you feel that you're able to restore spiritual bonding? What does that mean to you?
Well, that again, it goes back to being connected to source. Whatever the particular person believes is source. And again, for me, source is God. Source is also the energies that are around me, the natural energies, the sun, the moon, the wind, the water, all those natural sources. You know, it is my belief that we are all energy beings before we're human beings. And so if I'm going to connect, if I'm going to reboot, if I'm going to restore, then I need to pull from like sources. Therefore, if I'm an energy being, then I need to pull from other strong sources of energy. So like you were saying a little while ago, go out, go for a walk, take my shoes off, do some grounding work, some meditation, open up the windows in my home, let the air come through as I'm just laying on my back and looking up at the sky. That is a constant. I never want to go into any situation with a zero energy bank. It's harder to recharge your battery when it's completely dead, right, or close to it, than it is to recharge it if your battery power, for instance, is at a 90% or a 70%. So I deliberately, intentionally not let my battery go to a zero.
Indeed.
Okay.
Patricia, could you give that phone number? Got somebody that wants to call in.
Okay, so the phone number to call in and join our topic is 516-387-1247. Once again, that's five. I'm gonna put it in here because I actually started a watch party. So it's 516-387-1247. So I just put in that watch party group. So okay, so next is Marie. So what does spiritual bonding and how to restore it? What does that mean to you?
To me, it means, I'm agreeing with both ladies, actually, because I do feel like you need to confront, what's going on negatively. Because if you're not confronting it, you're running from it. And as long as you're running from it, it's always there. But I always start with my divine intervention. I don't do anything without putting God first. And when I put God first, I can release that. But it's like somebody who's been smoking for years. And some people have the willpower that's like, you know what, I'm done with it. And then you got some people who's like, okay, maybe I'll try the gum. Well, next to Chantix. Well, maybe I'll try, So I always start with God. And I don't necessarily feel, I write down things that bother me. I let go and I let God, because there's just certain things that you can't change no matter what you want to do. You can't change it. But what you can do is move forward. And a lot of times people will get stuck, and getting stuck means they're stuck for years, and their life is in a standstill, although chronologically they're still moving along, and they wake up and realize 10 years later, hey, I'm still mad at this person for this, and this, so you have to learn how, and it took years for me to understand that you've got to let go of things to recharge, because if you carry negative energy around you, it doesn't leave enough room for the positive energy. But whenever there's a cause, there's an effect. When there's positive, there's negative. There's always the flip side of the coin. So with that being said, I always reconnect and regroup by God. I absolutely love nature. Every day I thank God. You know, there's times I may not see the sun rise, but I'd have to say 90 to 95% of my time I've never missed a sunset. You know, when I go to the park, now I'm not a person that will walk around barefoot. That's just not me. But I will go around the park and you listen to the birds and you listen and you just see how nature of life just go and how God made it so everything just flowed so perfectly, you know, except for human beings, you know. But I just feel like when you start spiritually, you start on a positive note and you constantly, if I'm going to write down anything, I'm going to write down all the positive things that I either want or that I've done. I'm constantly given, you know, being grateful for the things that I already have. You know, I'm very grateful. I'm gracious. I'm humble. And I think when you do that and you truly have faith in what's going on in your world and you truly have faith that whoever your superior is, mine is God, you know, Lord Jesus Christ, that's where mine is. And I'm seeing the difference. I'm seeing the difference, you know. So I would not necessarily write down, you know, the negative things. I mean, I would probably write them down once, but after I pray about it once over it, I'm done with it. You know, if I'm going to write anything down and post anything up, it's going to be something positive, because if you look at it long, it's like the saying goes, the old saying, if you go to the barbershop long enough, you'll get a haircut. You know, if you look at the positive notes that you write yourself or that you tell yourself daily, you know, then you will start feeling that positive energy, and it can knock out a lot of the negative energy. I don't, for myself, I mean, that's what I do.
So, okay. So we have a caller on the line, but before we get to the caller, I want to ask Lynn John Entertainment the same question. So, Lynn John Entertainment, what is spiritual bonding to you, and how do you restore it? Like, what does that mean to you? And then after you, we'll go to the caller.
Okay, cool. Okay, so spiritual bonding, the way that I do it is through music. I'm you know, Patricia, I deeply feel music, so when they told me my mom was terminal with cancer, I went straight to gospel music and just let it just that's what helped me. That's what helped me, and because there is a thing called music ministry, and it got me, it made me even closer to God, and just stay in constant prayer, and that's how and this show, and I told Patricia last night, her show is freeing. It can free people. And I'm glad I called in, because that just reminded me, y'all give me advice, and it reminded me of what I do, and that's turned to music, gospel music, and that's what grounds me, and that's what I'm about to do. For real. So I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Oh, go ahead.
You know what? Before you sign off, I just want to say, and then we'll go to the caller. I just want to say, I never really thought of On the Move Unscripted as a ministry. I really didn't. I never thought of it like that. I just thought of it like, you know, it's a show, you know, comes on 3 days a week. It's unscripted, unfiltered, uncut. We just, you know, whatever happens. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's how I've been doing it. But you last night, after we did that the show on Tuesday. Not last night, but the night before, or maybe it was last night. But after the show on Tuesday, when we had those 2 authors come on, and we just really got, the conversation got deep to the point where we were almost doing like a little counseling thing for the young lady, you know, at the end. And then even she was ministering to, you know, young girls and stuff. And the guy, he was ministering, Corey Palmer and Miss Candy. They talked, but then they also ministered, but then they allowed me to talk. So it was like, when you said that, I said, wow. And I think about a lot of the different actors, and I mean, not actors, but artists that I've been talking to, not just through On the Move Unscripted, but through Star Music Radio, whatever. And our topic will become somehow to the point where they're getting something off their chest. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess God used the show to help them deal with that, or what, I don't know. But I didn't think of it like that until you said that, so I appreciate that, Lynn John. And thank you so much for calling in, too. You know you're my girl.
Before she gets off, though, Patricia, before you get off, loved one, can you? Is she still there?
I'm still here.
This is put on my spirit. Put on my spirit to say to you real quick is the gentleman that you were speaking about. As far as your success for him is a reminder of his failure. So you have the ability. You have the ability to alter the level of his vibration by acknowledging his success. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand. Because I was getting ready to just let him wallow in it and just be done. But
wallow.
I see what you're saying. I could
stay there. Yeah, he doesn't need to stay there. He just doesn't know how to get out.
I see, because he's been there a long time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. See?
Well,
freeing people.
I'm so glad you called.
You're over here freeing Lynch Entertainment.
Did your energy reservoir raise up? Did we get you back a little bit? Like
I'm back up.
Did you grab?
You did.
You back up?
I'm back on it. All right, love y'all. Take care.
Thank you for calling in.
Love you too.
All right.
Right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
So we have a caller on the line, and your first digit is 619.
Yes.
Hi.
It's great. Hello. I'm doing well. How's everyone?
Oh, fine.
Very
Where are you calling
wonderful.
from? What's that?
Magical.
Huh?
Say again?
What state are you calling from? What state are you calling from?
California.
Oh, what part of California? I just was in LA
San Diego.
like about 2 years ago. Okay. Do you mind telling us your first name so we can address you?
Ron, R-O-N.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, Ron. So what would you like to add to the discussion?
The enemy comes to do three things: kill, steal, and destroy. And if he can go ahead and he destroys you in different ways. But if you are not in tune with his craftiness, then you will get beat up each and every day. So because I've been listening to the program before I asked Kim for the number. If you don't prepare yourself daily, then you will get beat up. You don't know what the day holds. Only God does. So that's why Paul said you got to put on the full armor of God. That means you have to prepare yourself to face the day. So when you strategically prepare yourself spiritually and understand that he is going to show up somehow, some way, then when bad or tragic things happen or people that really do not need to be in your space are in your space, you know how to lovingly dismiss them. So they do not change your spirit within you. When I was in the Navy, every morning my superior was call me Al Gambo. Do you remember who he is?
No.
Al Gumbo.
Saturday Night Live.
You said Gumbo?
Yes, he is two brothers. One is a weatherman, and the other one is a TV announcer. The bald
Brian
black
Gumbo.
Brian Gumbo. Yes.
Okay.
He used to call me that every morning. Every morning.
How did that make you
But
feel?
being right in the beginning, I was like, "That's not my name." But the Holy Ghost talked to me. He says, He said, tomorrow morning when he says that, I want you to say thank you for the compliment.
Okay.
Because when people try to put you down or talk ill about you to your face by trying to ridicule you, it's up to you to accept it or reflect it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next morning when he said that, I said, thank you for the compliment. I didn't say nothing else. Because he just gave me a compliment that he called me a very educated black man.
Okay.
But he was so stupid trying to put me down, he didn't know that he was giving me a compliment.
Right.
Wow.
So we choose how we accept what people say. You're a nigger. That's not my name. You're a nigger. That's not my name. And move on. Yes, we all know the definition. Mm-hmm. But if that is not your name, then why are you reacting?
Exactly.
That means because you don't have self-control and the enemy got you totally.
Yep. Manipulation.
Well, that's deep. And Ron, I think you said your name is. So I agree with you. Every day that we wake up, we don't know what the future holds. I think that's why everybody said they start their day off with prayer. Everybody said that. I think that was the one thing that everybody said they did. You know what I'm saying? Even if they had different other ways of grounding themselves. Everybody said they start off with prayer because, like you said, you don't know what the day brings, and every day the enemy is going to use something or someone. Like right now, I feel like the enemy is trying to use what's closest to me, which is my children, you know, and what's going on with me and my loved ones or whatever, because nothing else could penetrate me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas I understand what Kim is saying as far as, you know, keeping your energy reservoir up so nothing can penetrate you, but the enemy knows your weakness. It's like the enemy knows where to hit, like right behind the shield, over on the other side where it's not covered. Kind of how I feel the enemy does sometimes. So, you're right. The enemy attacks on. It's a daily thing. It's a daily. The spiritual war is daily. They don't take no breaks. They don't take. You know. It's not like vacations. Like, we ain't gonna mess with you this week. No, something. So, you know. And I also feel like people who have strong assignments on their life, people who are spiritual leaders, I feel like the attack on those in those levels who have to minister or pour out to other people, whether it's churches, whether it's counselors, whether it's nurses, doctors, you know, whatever, that you have to pour so much of your who you are. I feel like the enemy, a lot of times, the battle is harder for people like that. That's how I feel. And so, keeping your energy reservoir is hard. It's good. I can do it with people I don't know. It's family that's where that's different. I don't know. It's different.
Still a decision. You trying to make a decision based on how you feel. Look at the information. It's the same thing. That's what's going to be.
I mean, what you're saying makes sense. What you're saying makes sense, and it's something that can be applied to people or situations that are not close to you. But we're talking about like children who you carried in your womb, who you built an emotional attachment to. Period. They're a part of you. That to me, that's a different kind of it's not a fuck your feelings type situation because that's your seed. So to me, it's a little different.
Jesus will.
The energy is the energy. It's the
I understand
energy,
what you're saying.
Not the relationship.
Okay. Okay, right. It's the energy. Jesus cried. Jesus wept about Lazarus. That's the only time Jesus shed a tear. Because he was connected to him. Okay? So when you're connected, you will feel it, but you cannot let it take control.
I agree.
When you do it,
it's not that you're not feeling it. Don't let it take control. Yeah, I feel it.
Don't let you feel it, but you're not letting it control you. You understand what's going on. You understand the environment at this time. Okay, cool. I got it. This is what we need to do. You got to automatically, strategically switch your mind into being like, okay, we got an issue, we got a circumstance, a situation. Let's deal with it without getting emotional. Have you ever been to a funeral?
Yeah.
And you can see the ones, okay, you'll see two different types of spirits. Can anybody tell me the two that you'll see at a funeral?
Well, I feel one of them they're not going to cry, and the other one type of people are not going to cry visually, physically, and then the other type is going to cry and fall out and go through the emotions. Some people don't.
Now, those people, right, that's right. Those people are the ones that neglected the person they're crying over.
There's a spirit of acceptance and one of denial.
Right. Thank you, Kim. When I see a body that I've been close to and I touch, I accept, I'm good. When somebody that I know has literally ridiculed that person in that casket, it's a whole total different thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because now they're holding the guilt. Now they're holding the guilt that they should have released. Now that guilt doesn't have something to go into. That guilt is locked in them for life.
So I think Marie wants to speak on that. So what was you going to say about what you said, Marie?
No, I agree for the most part to what he said. But I'm thinking back at a funeral, at funerals of people that I've went to. Now, people who were friends or associates or something, you feel bad, maybe a school friend, or somebody. It's a hurtful feeling. It's accepting feeling. There was no guilt, however, when my grandmother passed away. My grandmother and I had an exceedingly close relationship. I didn't dive all on the casket and do none of that. But just watching the casket roll past me, with the guys that carry the casket, it was a broken feeling. It was the feeling of the finale, like you are never, ever going to have another conversation with this woman on earth, or another laughter, another breakfast on my deck, or on her patio. It was the feeling of the let go, and I had been living with her for so long, but it was the feeling of you have to acknowledge that this is over. This is the end for this woman who's cared for you your entire life. This is the end for that. So to me, there was no guilt there, but it was the realization of the finalization that I was done with that part of my life, that chapter of my life with my grandmother being in it. When my father passed away, there was a scream. There was like a feeling. I'm his oldest child, and we were very close. So it was hard because to me, my father was young. He was 54. So it was feelings there. And to me, that's not something that you should have to control or like just eliminate your feelings, and just, get it together. To me, that is the most unrealistic thing, especially at a funeral, because you know you're done at that point. Once I buried my father, I knew that was it with our father-daughter relationship, other than precious, precious memories. And memories are, they are wonderful. It is not the same as not having my father. If somebody said you can get your father back, but we get to cut off your arms, I will walk around here armless to have a conversation with my dad, or my grandmother, or anybody that's close. So to say, well, I mean, you should understand, but you should be able to hold your feelings on that. That's bullshit to me. It depends on who it is. And as far as, like, when I fall out with other people, I just want to finish this. When I fall out with various people, I mean, and they happen, it is what it is. When I am not at peace with my children, that is a whole different situation. Because, like, I also have to agree with Trisha. This is people carried in my womb. I have a close relationship with each one of my 4 children. We tight. So when a fallout is bad, or they don't understand, the misunderstanding is not coming to a compromise, then that is it's a hurtful feeling, because it's like, I don't understand why you don't understand, or I don't understand why you don't see I'm just want the best for you, or something like that. So to me, it's not like I can turn off a feeling that I have with my patient as opposed to what I have with my children. There's expectations here that I expect. When I've moved on out in the past, I expect that. And if I see them swaying the wrong way, or I don't see that they're understanding or appreciating what I'm trying to do, there's going to be feelings. And it could be bruised ego. Okay, they're grown, they're going to do what they want to do. But these are my kids. These are 4 people that I am actually literally willing to die for. I will ride or die for my children. And they're grown. So I have to disagree with the keep the feelings aside. You don't have to have your feelings in it. Feelings is what humans have. It's just something that they have. It's natural. It's natural.
So as a curious Doctor, I got to say something, Patricia. Usually I try to fade into the background, but
I was already about to come your way. You must have felt me about to say that.
Yeah, as a mental health professional and as a human being who has had some pretty harsh consequences thrown at me for not pushing my feelings aside. There used to be punishment for expressing myself. We have a whole host of people who have committed suicide because they've been told to stuff their feelings, because they've been told that this situation isn't appropriate for you to express your feelings. So I said all that to go back to my comment a few minutes ago of every person has a right to express their feelings when and where they see fit, because there are their feelings. My feelings are mine, yours are yours, the other person's are theirs. That's different from opinion. We're talking about feelings and emotions that are a part of who you are, who we are as a human being and as an energy being. These things come with us. We come preloaded, like some computers come preloaded with programs. We come preloaded with these feelings and emotions. So I feel like it's okay to express those in the way that works for each individual.
You're so right. So, our time is rolling out because I didn't get into the other parts of how to denounce it. So, when we come back, I'm sorry, y'all. That was an unscripted moment. I'm trying to unmute everybody. When we come back next week, we're going to have to basically continue on with this conversation because we didn't get to the other part which was how to denounce it. But I think that this is a season, we're in a season right now where people, like this is the kind of information that people need. Even if we don't all agree on exactly how to do it, we all can agree that it's important to find a way to be spiritually grounded during this season because, for one, emotions are high. You know, a lot is going on in our world, in our country, in our city, you know what I'm saying, and then in our homes. So we got a lot going on, a lot of different energies, different, you know, people feeling this way, that way, whatever. So I think that learning how to be spiritually grounded and how to deal with your emotions, because I agree with everybody, in all honesty. I understand Kim, I understand what you're saying as far as, you know, you and Ron about, you know, keeping your feelings in check and not allowing them to control, you know what I'm saying, because you can get emotional and those emotions can take over. That's why people die of grief, because the feelings and the emotions and the sadness and all that kind of stuff takes over, and either they die of grief or they end up committing suicide because they feel like there's no way out, there's no hope, it's not going to get better. So I feel like in this tough time, these kind of, you know, conversations are necessary. So I'm really glad that we started this little series right here. You know, we've been talking about all the stuff that's going on in the world and how we feel about Trump, this, that, and the other. But I think it's good that we shift and start talking about the inner man, because that's what everybody is dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank y'all, everybody, for calling in. Ron, thank you so much for chiming in. We'll probably continue this conversation again next week. So if you want to come back in and join the discussion, I think it would be good to have a part 2. What y'all think? Y'all think a part 2 will be good for next week to continue on with this topic?
Yes. What time next week?
So we come on every Thursday from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. So you can call that same number, just save it. And next Thursday at 8 p.m., you can call in and be right a part of the topic, because we're just going to continue on.
Okay. That'd be great. Sound
like a plan? Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, so what did y'all think? I thought that was a good topic. What y'all thought? What did y'all think? What y'all think? What was y'all, in our last 2 seconds, everybody, what did y'all think?
I love the interaction.
Yeah, I did too. Mm-hmm.
I love the interaction was everything. It's very perspective.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's very real. That's what I love about it. It's very real. Like, you know, well, me and Kim, we don't always agree, but what we feel is real, and we're able to talk about that. And I think that's one of the things I love about our Thursday Ladies' Day table discussion. I love that. I love, Kim, you know I love you. Thank you. You know you my cat in the hat.
Yes, ma'am. I love you too. I want to choke you out sometime, but I love you.
I know. I be going through the phone. I know. Marie want to give me every week because I never remember to put the R before the Marie, so I feel this. Like, I know.
I get it. you get my dark side energy.
I know. I be feeling it. They put on his armor and everything. Be ready to fight. I know. The dark side be wanting to come out. I know. That's why we got Dr. Marie right there, so she can help out, and we got the nurse on there, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, because they got to help me, because I know. That's funny. I'm just playing. Okay. You know, I love, but the thing is, what we're going through and how we feel and how we handle stuff may be something that other people needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about this discussion. So everybody take 30 seconds to give a quick tip of something, just real quick before our time cuts out. We're going to go one by one, so not more than a minute, but give one word of advice, or whatever the Holy Spirit is telling you to say right now that might be a benefit to somebody that's dealing something about our topic. Well, let's start with you, Kim. 1 minute. Not even 1 minute. You 30.99 seconds and stuff like that.
Okay. It would just be to stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. Acknowledge the truth, even if you don't like it. The only way to be set free is to acknowledge what's keeping you bound. Simple.
Wow. That was all right. Well, shoot. All right, Dr. A. Marie, you're next. Like 35 seconds. What would you say?
Stay connected.
Sweet and simple. Stay connected. Ooh, love it. All right, down. R. Marie, 30 seconds. What would you say?
I would say, whatever you do, start with God. Always keep God first. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly.
I like that. If it doesn't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly.
Huh?
And don't forget to breathe. Some things could be intense. Don't forget to take a moment to breathe.
Yeah, right, to breathe. I like that. Okay, now we're going down to you, Ron, our guest. Real quick, 30 seconds. What do you feel like you want to say?
Cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you. So all of our issues that we have, cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you. When you have situations in your life, don't throw up with other people, but throw it up with God. Put your deepest hurt, your deepest concern at His feet, because He will never leave you, nor will He forsake you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And what I would say is, greater is He that's within you than he that's within the world. So no matter how bad a battle may appear, you already know who the winner is going to be. So don't look at things with your natural eyes, but look at it with your spiritual eyes and already know that God is in control. I hope that everybody comes back again next week. I love my ladies. Thank you to the guests. And until next week, y'all, peace and love and hair grease. We're going to roll out of here with some Eugene Hunter Jr. song, Bermuda Breeze. Peace and love, y'all. Talk to y'all next week. Love y'all.
Peace and love. Love. On purpose. With purpose.
On purpose, with purpose.
Mm-hmm.